Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the challenges associated with employees that are using their own personal devices. You want to call it bring your own devices, although they're not really bringing it anywhere. They're not bringing it into the office device. They're working from home, so they've got it within their own home environment. But using their own personal devices presents certain challenges in terms of not only just visibility of maybe knowing what devices are being used, but again, from a patch management perspective, right? Since that's the theme of really being able to stay on top of whether or not the employees are responsibly patching their own endpoint devices, and and a lack of visibility into really being able to scan those devices for present vulnerabilities as well. So just talk about some of the considerable challenges that are associated with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, just if you think around your organization, think about the the technology intellect of each individual. You're going to find people in finance. You're going to find people in HR. You're going to find people in legal that have a competency in technology that it sometimes rivals even the people in IT. That's, so, you're really not afraid of them. Then there's going to be the people that think they know more than the next person, which is more dangerous because they think they know how to implement and secure and do things. But absent that, you really have a large percentage of your population, more than 60% of your population, that just don't know the ins and outs of technology. It wasn't taught in school. It wasn't something they're interested in. The employer, I can remember back when computers were starting in the police department, when I was like the first few years, I was okay with putting a computer in my police car and using it. Literally had guys that had been on the police department for 20 years and they're like, I'm not doing it. The next 5 years, I refuse to do it. So you had that challenge back then. Today, you just have the challenge of people not wanting to learn more about the device that they're using, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with a car. You get in a car, drive it, you don't know all the safety features. So how do you get those individuals to exhibit the behaviors of a good security posture, right? So you have to do some training with them. But even that, when you're talking about a home computer, you don't know who else is using the computer. I'll share a story. I was a police officer doing computer forensics and investigations, and somebody dropped their laptop off to be fixed because it wasn't working. And unbeknownst to them, the Geek Squad started looking through all their pictures. Well, came across some pictures that weren't very legal. And so next thing you know, the phone called to the police department.
Yeah.
That person had no clue that somebody else in their household was actually doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Now you're opening up your organization to risk. You're opening up your organization to malware, viruses. Yeah. So, putting in the technology in place to make sure that that endpoint is scanned, is patched, and you can control what goes on. It is very important to the success of protecting the organizational data. And that's why you mentioned later we're going to talk about some of the things that we can do, like web-based applications and those kinds of things.